Well, that's definitely a sight, and that definitely tells you that we have been on top of Chad for quite some time. Actually, we can skip the night and the rain and the phantoms and say hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of the Let's Play series. So the plan for today, as you see from the title, is going to be an inventory update, and we have had some problems with our inventory lately because we want to carry a ton of blocks and we don't have enough space. And yeah, we're going to solve all of those. We put a little bit of work on, well, the shape of the area that we're going to be working on, and that over there in the distance that we will be building today. And we have also put a little bit of work on the amount of shulkers that we got, because we went end busting, and here's the summary of that. But as we said, there's going to be more building and more inventory stuff done, because I want to, using this shape over here, I want to make a building that is going to be our massive general storage. So we are going to start by making all of the redstone and then encasing it around the building itself, just to make sure that we're able to fit everything that we want in it. So let's start by lining up all of the chests, and actually we're going to use this time to talk a little bit about the Minecraft life. Yes, this is what you get from a not full-time content creator, the fact that I'm always late to the party. So let's jump into a sort of time lapse with the building, and let's see how this looks without the coverage. So I'm late to the party again. You might have seen a ton of videos on 1.2 or 1.20, but don't really know anymore. So I'm not going to do a full recap on everything that was said, but here are my thoughts on Minecraft Live as a whole thing. First thing is, well, the dinosaur in the room. We got the sniffer, and I'm super excited about making everything green. And well, I made my first shorts video on it, so you know how important it's going to be. On the other hand, we have a change to the perspective in updates. I think that's a great call, to do more minor updates without the pressure of delivering the big ones once a year. This is going to show more of a constant development rather than there being, well, right, here you have a ton of blocks, use them for a bit, and then you get nothing for an entire year. The other features that look great were, well, new bamboo wood. That is going to be awesome, actually, with birch textures. The hanging sign is also a nice touch, and the camel looks amazing. It is going to be in close competition with llama and horse, but the nice couple extra features they added to it, like being too tall to take damage from mobs or the dash, make them stand out. So really nice addition. The thing that felt slightly weird was the emphasis on representation. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all in for representation and making the game your own, but I had to go online to find a nice skin editor to make the beautiful face covered in hair that you see in these videos. And what better representation than making your own skin inside the game itself? So all of the theories we had about big updates like archaeology, the end, the desert will have to wait, but it might be a matter of adding small details here and there rather than a game-changing mechanic like caves and cliffs, which goes great with the new perspective on the update as a whole. So overall, super excited about future updates. Once we have stable versions, I'll keep on updating the hardcore world to include more of them in the gameplay, but super happy with what's to come and the fact that I've been sort of predicting what was going to be next in the in development, like the pull with big updates and the change of perspective and delivering smaller ones. If I missed something you'd like to hear my thoughts on, leave a comment. And now let's get back to our very own storage update. Alright, so we got, well, at least the first step, which is to put all of the chests in place. And actually we can see that one side is going to be, well, it's going to have all of these lights, but actually we'll see how they actually work. And then on the other side is going to be for general stuff that I honestly didn't know exactly what to do. So I just put a wall of chests and barrels. But we're going to be pretty organized, and that's actually going to be the next step. So we have one for stone, cobble, deep slate, grass, well, all of the grassy, dirty blocks, and then all of the nether stuff, and then for general. So basically we're going to make all the storage systems that we have made, we're going to make them obsolete. So on the other side of the wall of chests, you'll see that there is a system to trigger all of these lights depending on the hopper being filled. Actually, if you give me 1 second, I will build one of these just to show you how it looks, well, while you are building it in a little bit more detail. Alright, so this thing actually takes a ton of resources, but it takes, well, the chests, the lights that actually I forgot about, and it takes a ton of comparators and repeaters. So what you would do would be to make your tower of chests. Let's make these 3 over here. And you would put your redstone lamps. On the other side, you would put the hoppers connecting to those chests. And now what we're going to do is take an input from these hoppers all the way to these redstone lamps. And to do that, we're going to use comparators. So, as we were saying, we're going to, well, we already have the hard powering this hopper that is going to be detected by this comparator, and now we're going to turn on that light over there. Cannot go directly over, so we need to sort of loop. Now we're going to send the, and we're going to do the same for the one comparator top over here. This over 1 block away that is going to be hard powered by that comparator, and we're going to wrap it up with some repeaters that are going to take the signal from this block and send it all the way to this one that is only going to power this redstone light, or, well, yeah, this redstone lamp over there. And for the next one, we can put 1 block and do the same as we have done before. So if you repeat this pattern over and over again, you could actually get one of these silos as tall as you want it to be. Now it's going to be a matter for the next step. That is going to be actually getting a system to filter all of these things, because I'm not going to be doing them one by one. So we want a filter for all of these and the ones at the back, and then this side over here that I'm pretty much just going to put a ton of signs on it just to know where it where we have over there. But to be completely honest, I think that was just for symmetry, because I don't think we're going to need this much space. But I don't want to say ever, but it's very likely that we're going to have most of these chests empty. But it looks cool, I think, and it will look cooler once we have a building around it. So let's jump into the sorting system and finish at least the redstone of this thing. Alright, so we have the filter systems ready. Actually, we have started working them in the actual structure that we're going to have, because rather than having the whole thing facing inwards, we're going to have it merged together with arches going the other way. And well, in this case, we haven't done so because we ran out of space. We weren't able to pin them inwards. But one of the things that I noticed is that we're going to need another iron farm, because the one that we have somehow, and for some reason, it is not working ever since, it is not working that well ever since we updated to 1.19. So we will make another one in the future, which means we need to save iron. So for that, we're going to use water streams instead. And thankfully, actually, if we fly away for a second, took a little bit longer than a second, but right after that dangerous lava and the fire that it's been spread, we have this over here. It's one of those really, really nice peaks, but most importantly, it has eyes. And wait, it can even have goats. But yep, we'll saw that eventually, but yeah, packed ice, perfect, exactly the one that we need. Let's loop around to see if there's a goat. There isn't. Let's run away before the fire actually spreads all over the forest. Right, so we're going to be connecting all of these through water streams, and we need to make 100% sure that the water is not going to fall down. So let's make first a sort of line that is going to loop around, and then we will eventually place the water once we are positive that there is not going to be any problems with it. Right, so that took a little bit longer than I thought, but we are done with the Shulker Box unloader and the water stream that is going to lead to the hoppers, where hopefully we will actually get all of the items that we want in there. So let's give a look to how this works. This is designed by Mysticat. I just added a couple things just in case a shulker gets in there. Well, an empty shulker gets in the system, and just hooking it up with a water elevator to send all of the items up there. So if we place a shulker box with, say, 13 bits of dirt, if we put it in here, automatically spends, the comparator over there detects it and triggers the system that when the observer gets back, it gets pushed down, and now it started an infinite loop, which I'm sort of happy with, but we are going to improve on, because the big problem that we have is how all of the items are getting aligned. So the items are falling from this area, and we are actually going to use this cake to align all of the items. And if we place, I didn't know that. And if we place this cake over there, now all of the items should get, I hope I didn't break anything with that water stream, but yeah, all the items should get aligned. And actually, let's give it a try. Shulker Box 6 of our iron bars, put it in there, get suspensed. All the bits are put up, and all of them are staying on top of the cake. I really wanted to use the cake for that. So sadly, we lost our cake. Actually, thought I could get it with Silk Touch, but turns out I couldn't. So let's give it another try, this time with dirt. Drop our shulker. System works fine. It all starts getting dropped and perfectly aligned, and it's all getting in the first hopper. This is not perfect, almost. So we're going to need a couple tweaks to this. Let's give it another try. Everything going up, everything aligned, everything falling on the hopper. Going sort of fast. We're going to have to test it, but it seems like one piece of cake equals 2 chests. Math. Right, so now we do have finally the whole system ready to go. We had to make a couple minor changes to what we wanted in here. Well, basically because I screwed up the items in the filter, but on the other hand, I was sort of confident of having that stones silo at the very end. But it turns out that I cannot, because the stones are going to be the andesite, granite, diorite, etc. And they were all going to go to the last one, but that means that this channel that we had over here for the shulker boxes to fall in, that's not going to be possible. So we basically just broke down the last filter, and we should get all of these silos and the rest falling in there. So I have prepared these 2 shulker boxes. Oh, there's one of them that actually isn't ready, but we're going to have sand and grass over here as well. Then everything else that we could have. So we will put it in here, and we will see the system in action once I have them ready for real. I'm kind of nervous. Yeah, there they go. So there we go with the first one. all of the items going up. Skipping. Yeah, I think this is the one with the... Is that gravel? Is that... Oh no, that's tough. Yep, so tough should be... Is it going the other way? Or is it going right in between? Oh, no, yeah, it's going. Right, it's going, and it should all be... Ha! See, that is one of the problems that I need to test. But yeah, this is just making this, well, this column a little bit wider. How's grass getting this far? This should be getting picked by... gravel, it's dirt, that is grass. But it looks like it's coming in sometimes way too fast. Like the hopper's not being able to pick it up. So to solve this, maybe we could remove the ice at the bottom. And by removing the ice at the bottom, this might be a little bit slower, and we want to get that over there. It's a little bit scared of doing it, because if I don't do it fast enough, it's going to be water falling. Yeah, but this is going to be a problem. Alright, so after a pretty stressful bit, we have changed all of the ice for stone slabs, so we are ready for the second try. Right, so we got stuff coming up, stuff getting lined, and that is the tough. That should go all the way to the chest at the very end. So let's see if we're able to pick it all up. It's getting stuck. Oh yeah, because I forgot to put this. No. Ah. Right, so it should still have tough coming in. Right, so that's all the tough. Perfectly aligned. Only picked up by... Huh. It might still be coming in way too fast. Right, so while this was running, I finished the ceiling. I am not 100% sure about it, but we might change at least the bars over here, or the background. Might be a little bit too dark. But we have a problem. This is the problem. So at the very end, we do have the stuff that we should have. Well, the granite, diorite, andesite, and tuff that weren't getting filtered. We have some over here, meaning that we have some leaks. And that's the first thing that we need to check. Then on the other hand, we do have a ton of stuff that has been getting through the filters. So I'm going to have to redo part of the system up there just to make sure that it goes slow enough for the hoppers to pick it up, but still moving forward. And that is a rather tricky balance. So let me try a couple things and we'll see how it works. All right, and while we wait for all of the shulker boxes, because we started moving everything that we had on the cave, we are starting to move it to this storage system. Let's start thinking about the design of this thing. Actually, let me get some rockets and give it a look from the top. Should have put more rockets. Yep. So the plan is going to be for all of that to look like a sort of barn. So what I'm thinking about is sort of a reddish color on the outside, more or less what we have on the wall, well, on the roof of the big house. And then I am not 100% committed to that sort of round end, well, yeah, the round edges over there. I think that for the entrance, it is going to look great, but I'm not 100% sure about that back over there. And in the end, well, you might have seen that path that we have over there. We're going to have a nice little bridge, giving it an entrance from this side. We will extend this path to have that frontal entrance over there. But yeah, we're going to have to start thinking about the building from the outside and starting the decorations. So while all of this unloads, yeah, let's give a try to the first pallet, because it's going to take a ton of resources. So the building off camera got a little bit out of hand and we have made a ton of progress, but we're going to be looking at it one bit at a time because there's a lot of it. So the first bit that I found out was the fact that, yeah, those silos going together are not going to work because when, well, yeah, we talked about hard powering the block right behind, and it turns out that there's a hopper right next to it. So this hopper is going to be, yeah, not enabled, which means that all of the items are going to get stuck on the one above. So to fix that, I'm going to use these. So these are a different type of storage silo. Then again, getting the input from the chest in this case and sending it outside to know exactly how much do we have. That I don't know what happened, but it might be, yeah, we'll check it. But yeah, let's give a look to how these silos work, and well, same as we did with the big ones. Right, so to get these these silos, we're going to have that small chest over there. That's going to be the one that we are going to be able to pick up stuff from, and we need 3 hoppers at the back to give us the space that we are going to need. Then the wall that will have our lights on, and we are going to need a little bit of, well, yeah, we're going to need a wall right next to it. This is going to be important for the powering of the lights. Next thing, we're going to get our chest tower. In this case, we are going to have, rather than all of them connected to a hopper line, we're going to have this sort of weaving pattern. So we get all of the chests in line connected through hoppers. And the next bit is going to be running comparators out of these chests onto this wall over here. So to get that, we need block. This is what we said, that we can run the output out of the chest rather than out of the hopper, but putting the comparators like so, we're able to get all of them, all of the chests connected to the line. And same as we have done before, we're going to get a light if there's something inside of the chest. So we're going to do this for all of the silos except for this one, because in here we're going to get all of the shulker boxes coming back. And yeah, in the end, we have many different types of materials, as it's the, well, yeah, the non-filtered one, but the rest are going to end up looking like this. So that was the first bit. Let's check what we have done with the actual delivery of items. So we have changed the system quite a bit. It's still based on the same circuit by Mysticat with the dispenser of shulker boxes and how it's going to be broken down. But we have completely changed the timer and, well, yeah, and the way that we are going to get all of the shulker boxes going in one go. So one of the key things, well, if you check the link in the description, you'll see that there is one very important comparator over here, right on top of this slab over there, and that is going to be triggered when there is a new shulker box coming in, or when there is a shulker box leaving the place. So with this observer over here, we are triggering the dispenser. So when we finish with one shulker box, we're going to get the next one right away. On the other hand, let me go to the other side. On the other hand, there's the timer of this dropper over here with the items that we are going to be delivering. So the big problem was that the autobits shooter goes at a certain speed, and we wanted for it to go a little bit faster. So we had these 2 observers looking into one another and sending the signal. The problem is that we have actually spent a ton of iron changing all of the water streams for hoppers. So yeah, we definitely need a better iron farm. So the problem was that if we go way too fast, the hoppers are going to get clogged at the top. So what we need is these 2 to have a little bit of a delay. That's why we need this repeater to 2 ticks. And to make sure that all of the items and the shulker box are able to go through the system, we added that pulse extender with those 4 comparators. So that is the changes to the machinery. We still have to do a little bit more. Actually, if we need, well, we have these over here just in case we need more items, but then getting them labeled. But usually we're going to go to the chest front. And after giving a look to the inside, let's look at how this looks from the outside. So I'm very happy with that flight out of the barn, but I'm actually super happy with how all of this looks. So in the end, we went for the design that you get from Google, well, from Googling barn, and we tried to reproduce it as best as we could. We ended up linking up with all the path that we worked on in between episodes, and actually we added a couple things. So if we get down here, we do have this little path that is going to lead to the future mine that we will work on. And if we loop around, we'll see the other connection to the other path, which is this bridge over here. I know there's still a ton of decorating to do, but I am very happy with the shape of the bridge, as in how it looks over here. And actually we made a couple smaller bridges over here to wrap up the whole path. So very happy with how all of this has ended up looking, very happy with how all of it has ended up working, and very happy with our very own inventory update. So that is going to be all the time that we got for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya!